Welcome to Numbers with Ace Jacari. I'm your host, Ace Jacari, but you already know, call me Ace. And in today's episode, we're talking about this January 2026 forecast because we're in a universal 2-month and a universal 1 year. So grab your beverage, get comfy, do whatever task you need to lock in on, or let me just yap in the background, whatever floats your boat. And we're going to go ahead and get into this. Starting off with the relationship between 1 and 2. Actually, let me pause for a second. Happy New Year. Welcome. We made it. I hope you had a good last year, and if not, I hope this year's better. And even if it was good last year, I hope this year is better. Continuing the relationship between 1 and 2. The interesting thing here is that 1 and 2 sit in polarity. Their polarity highlights a self and an other, a start and a continuation. This is because 1 is the first number and then 2 is the second number, but also because of their rulers. So 1 is a fire ruled number and a sun ruled number, as well as 2 being a moon ruled number and a water ruled number. They're the only numbers of their kind. No other number is ruled by the sun, and no other number is ruled by the moon solely. Yes, you do have the nodes of the moon, the lunar nodes being ruling over 4 and 7, but that is not a moon rulership. It is a lunar node rulership, which is different. But anyways, they do, however, share, even though they do sit in this opposition, which can create a level of tension, they do share themes around creativity, optimism, and perfectionism. So those are things that are likely to come about because of this energy. So this can look like people pursuing their creative pursuits a little bit more intensely. This can look like people being a little bit more optimistic about where things can go, and also being like, okay, how can I get this exactly how I want it to be? This can also show up as people avoiding or pulling back from their creativity, being more pessimistic as opposed to optimistic, and sort of kind of being a little bit more go with the flow and not trying to get so much out of each and every detail, and being like, you know what, this at this level is okay. I accept this. I can move forward with this. Now, because of 1 and 2's relationship, we get impacts to people we have feelings towards. So many times you'll hear about 2 and people will be like, oh yes, people you love, people you care about. 2 rules over emotions. Happy, love, cutesy is not the only emotion we have, baby. We got hate, we got resentment, we got jealousy, and things of the sort. Any of those things you have feelings towards, 2 rules over those people, 2 rules over those relationships. So with this 2-month, we do get an impact to those people we have any feelings towards, good or bad. And then again, self and community are another thing that's likely to show up this month, especially because of 2's connection to community and then 1 being the connection to self. Now, something interesting about 1 in this month particularly is because, yes, we are in a universal 2-month, but that 2 is simplified from an 11. Now, getting into the calculation of how do we get universal months, we get that by adding the single digit of the month to the digits of the year, or to the you can do this to the digits of the year, the full year, or you can do it just to the universal year, which would give you just a pure 2. But the way that I do my calculations is I do a single digit month, and then I do each digit of the year, which gives us that 11. Now, your universal year calculation is all of the digits of the year in question added to a single digit, and then your universal month is like I already said. So getting into this master number 11 energy, what are master numbers first? Well, master numbers come from Pythagorean numerology, and they highlight a mastery of a specific area. So master number 11, the mastery is around the 1s. So you have mastery of self and mastery of authenticity, a mastery of identity, things that 1 is connected to, not only in regards to area of life, but also in regards to its theme. So mastery of amplification or ambition or passion, that's that mastered energy. So one of the other things we are likely to see this month because of this master energy sitting supplementarily, we get impacts to people's selfishness. How much are we focusing on ourselves and on our goals and not considering others? And also vice versa. How much are we considering others but not ourselves? And how are we navigating that relationship? So we're looking at not only that mastery of self, but how that translates into navigating community spaces. So this brings impacts to relationships, obviously, especially in regards to those that are communal relationships, like your family, the people that you rely on, the people that you live with, but also intimate relationships. These are people that you are romantically or sexually intimate with. These are people that you are emotionally intimate with. Any level of intimacy, vulnerability, those relationships are also impacted, as well as your relationship and experience with safety and confidence. And because the master number is sitting supplementarily, and it's highlighting those who have mastered one themes like self-confidence, authenticity, boldness. Those are all themes that are likely to be impacted by those relationships. Is your community helping your confidence or harming your confidence? Are your relationships helping you be authentic or inauthentic? How is it impacting your boldness? How does it impact how you view yourself? How is it impacting how you go about your goals, your ambitions, and so on and so forth? This also can look like, because of duality and because of the themes of one, an abusive power or dominance or destruction or ego-based action. It's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. I mean, sometimes it is a bad thing when you're abusing your power. But anyways, it's not something that I want you to look so black and white at. I want you to just sort of kind of just take note of it. Now, looking more into the themes of two highlights community, emotions, safety, balance, healing, connection, love, intimacy, and relationships. So this month really brings impacts to, again, that relationship between those two things, not only because it's a universal 1 year, but also because we have those those ones sitting supplementarily. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of this month specifically, we can look and see at the overall themes. We have how personal identity impacts your community. So again, like I said, selfishness, but also empathy, consideration, awareness of how your actions are going to impact another person, awareness around how your selfishness and how you putting yourself first can impact somebody's emotional state, and being empathetic to that and being considerate of that, being, again, aware of that. We also have adaptability. Both numbers 1 and 2 highlight a level of movement. They both are, I don't say movement focused numbers, but they do highlight a shift or a flow in some way, shape, or form. 1 highlights the initiation, the start of an action, whereas 2 highlights that continuation or a fluidity with that motion. So may not necessarily start something, but it can adapt and it can move with it because it is a water ruled number. So think about how water can sort of kind of just shape and move to whatever you do to it. So we're kind of thinking like, how can you roll with the punches? We also have an impact to confidence. So finally showing up for yourself or your community the way that you wanted to, or the way that you've been putting off, or you might be even scared to do, because 2 does connect to fear in some senses. So how does your confidence show up this month? How can you build on that confidence this month? And also, how has your confidence been impacted over these past months, years, your entire life maybe, and what is your relationship with confidence? We also have an overall experience with independence and codependence. This is bringing up what or who you're reliant on, addicted to, or obsessed with, and how that relationship is playing into how you go about taking action, how that is playing into how you see yourself, how it's going into how you do every little thing, how you approach other relationships, how you show up for other people. All of those things come into play, posing the question of, how do you function when you're alone? How are you, or rather, who are you inside and outside of community? What are your ambitions and needs? And those are things that are both 1 and 2. And because of that polarity, those questions become more intertwined and their themes become more intertwined. Isolation is a theme of 1, whereas that connection and community is a theme of 2. So who are you when you're alone? But also, who are you with other people? Who are you when you're around people? And again, who are you inside and outside of community? We're really looking at that polarity. And we can also take this deeper and ask things like, how do your relationships impact your relationship with yourself? How do the ones that you're surrounded by impact how you view and experience you? Is it helpful? Is it harmful? Really diving into that, as well as what is your experience with safety and love in relationships? we also have the experience between balance and the relationship of Jesus Christ, the relationship with balance rather. So between self and other, trust and doubt, confidence and insecurity, that gentle balance and the relationship between those themes is also at play this month. Now, getting more into the details of this month, we have this month starting in a 2-3-1 energy. We're starting this month in a universal 2 month, in a universal 1 year, but on a universal 3 day. So this month is starting on a Thursday. So this brings possibility, expression, and opinions up into the ether, if you will, which is very on brand because Jupiter rules over Thursday, and Thursday also connects to number 3. And it is going to be a 3 day. So this also brings up 3's elemental rulership of ether. Anyways, so the numbers 1, 2, and 3 can highlight when they are in that order, at least order of a theme around progression, building, starts, and development. But the lack of that exact order can make this month's progression feel scrambled or challenging or even difficult in some way because it doesn't feel as easy. We're not starting at the start. We're starting with sort of kind of more of an emotional side to things. We're looking more into how does this make me feel instead of just being like, oh, I have an idea, let's go. So there's a little bit more of a jumbledness that we can feel. So with 2, we have this entire month seeking comfort, safety, and balance. And for this entire year, which is a 1 energy, it's seeking an initiation, an amplification, and authenticity. But with 3, we have a seeking of expression, space, and possibility. So there's a lot of ideas. Well, we're looking back at how does this make me feel? And then again, starting this month on a Thursday, we highlight gratitude, purpose, and justice. Those are all Jupiter themes. Now this also brings themes around creativity and expression and space in general. So people might be prone to share how they feel and take up that emotional space, take up that creative space. Even if it's not factual, people might just be saying stuff. They might not actually know what word they're saying, but sort of kind of trying to get their shine because 3 does also rule over popularity. So that's also in the cards. So that is how we're starting the month. We are ending the month in a 2-6-1 energy, which is going to end on a Saturday. So with the relationship of 2, 6, and 1, we have creativity, enjoyment, and gentleness being at play. 2 and 6, but I will say this is one side of it because 2 and 6 sit in polarity. Let me try again. 2 and 6 sit in polarity with 1. So this brings up 2 and 6's relationship polarity that we already talked about before. But we also have 6 and 1's polarity, bringing in the opposition between going for something, that ambition, that drive, that push, and that comfortability. 6 seeks pleasure, it seeks comfort, it seeks, as well as seeking intimacy and beauty. It seeks these things that feel good. So this connection with connecting this with the beginning of the month can cause a divide at the end of the month because of this intense polarity that we are ending with. So it can start with, people seeing all these possibilities and these potentials and having these ideas and but ending with a level of, okay, well, I want to feel good, so I might be keeping my opinions to myself now. I might just blend in a little bit. I might conform a little bit. I might just shape and mold myself to what is palatable at the end of this, because there's a level of avoidance that can come with 6, especially in regards to its relationship with 1. Now, we're also ending this month on a Saturday, which is ruled by Saturn, which highlights time, boundaries, and discipline. So overall, based off the start and end of this month is likely to bring creativity and expression. So create some art, share it. This also brings popularity, luck, and aesthetic with the shared Venus and Jupiter rulership between 3 with the start of the month and 6, which we're going to get into universal days at the end of this. Bear with me. Those are all things that are likely to show up, that popularity, that luck, and aesthetics, as well as pleasure and enjoyment, like I said before. So it's not even just what looks good, but also what feels good. And even with 6 being what feels good, those 6 days are going to be happening on number 4 days, which I will explain momentarily. And that can have those number 4 days are going to have a strong impact for everybody this month because of everybody numbers 1 through 9. And we're going to talk more about that later. But just, yeah, we're likely to end this off with a bang because of that 4. And then also because of with 1 and 2 being present this entire month, those with those numbers in their chart are likely to feel they can experience a level of familiarity because it's natal to their energy. Now, if you are enjoying this episode, first of all, thank you for kicking it with me. Make sure you go ahead and follow me on Instagram at @Jacari and No Numerology on Instagram and TikTok. And you can also check me out on my site, which I'm going to link below when it's ready. I promise you. And over there, you can join the Secret Society and you can get access to readings, discussions, live conversations, and deep dives, and so much more. But if you have any questions about your chart, you can check out the free guide, Unlock Your Numerology Chart, which is going to be available on my site, as well as learning more about things that don't seem to make a lot of sense, like terminologies, different types of different terminology, as well as things like distinction and status and some of the big words that I'll be using here and there. You can check that out in Numerology Explained Book 1, as well as if you want to understand numbers 0 through 9, check out Numerology Explained Book 2. But all the direct links of that is going to be in the description of this episode. But back to this forecast. Now, I had said the word number days before. And before I explain that, I'm going to explain how we get universal day calculations, because now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of each day of each month. So universal days are calculated the same way that the life path number is calculated. So you add the day of the month, or rather you add the month together with the day and the year and simplify it to a single digit. Universal days are the numerological energy that everybody is under, that in that calendar system is under and will experience for that day. So this is not your personal experience. This is just everybody is under this hypothetical 1 day energy. Now, number days are specific to a number. So number days, like number 1 days, are any day that if we just look at the calendar, not the universal day, but the calendar, that number simplifies to 1 is a number 1 day. Same thing for like 5. So that would be like your 5th, your 14th, your 23rd, because they all simplify to 5. Those are number 5 days, okay? So when we're talking about the days going forward, I'm looking at both the universal day and the number day, also known as the calendar day. So for the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, and the 28th, those are going to be universal 3 days. And those are going to be days that are likely to be impactful for those who have 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9 in their numbers. These days are going to be ruled by Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and Ether for 3, and Sun and Fire for 1. 1 and 3 do share themes, just in general, or especially around potential, possibility, and expression, which can show up in the energy of the day. Now, 3 themes are social things, social spaces, luck, expression, as well as a bunch of other stuff. And then you also have 1 theme being initiation, passion, and starts. So what do you do on these days? The 1st, the 10th, the 19th, the 28th. These are great days to express yourself, share your opinion, and also dive into your passions. Doing things that you might not have thought was possible, try them. Just try it. Luck is on your side with that 3 in there. So, maybe go for it. See what happens. At the end of the day, you'll learn something, okay? So take that chance. When we get to the 2nd, 11th, 20th, and 29th, those are going to be universal 4 days. And these are going to be impactful for those who have 2, 4, 6, and 8 in their chart. 4 is ruled by the North Node, Rahu, Saturn, Mercury, Uranus, and the element of fire. And 2 is ruled by the Moon and water. Now, 2 and 4 sit in polarity with each other. Their polarity is around 2's connection to peace and 4's connection to chaos. So you have 2 being this fluid and comfort-seeking energy, whereas 4 is rebellious and progression-focused. And that can be a little bit jarring. Now, granted, this does create a cool space for creativity and expressing oneself through the arts. But again, that peace and chaos is in there, which can impact one's internal well-being, with 4 themes around progression, innovation, and spiritually guided action, and 2 themes around feelings, community, and balance. Building up your discernment and working on your discernment and intuition is something that is likely to be beneficial or to be impactful for these days, as well as exploring your feelings tied to the future, and as well as exploring the trust you feel within yourself and what you create. What can you make? What can you do with it, and where can it lead you? And sort of kind of exploring that possibility and that potential and that progression to something that you might not have originally believed was fully possible, but now you can take the chance and take the leap to actually pursue that. Now, when we get to 5 days, our universal 5 days are going to be on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, and the 30th. And these are likely to be impactful for those who have 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 in their chart, with the 5 being ruled by Jupiter, Mercury, and the Earth element, and then 3 being ruled by Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and Ether. We can see that 3 and 5 share a Jupiter rulership. So this brings the experience around adventure, exploration, and optimism into the air. Everybody's like, oh, well, what could happen? Oh, well, where can we go? With 5 themes around intellect, wit, and stimulation, and 3 themes around, again, social spaces, luck, and expression. What can you do? Do something different. Step outside your comfort zone. Be sporadic. Be maybe even a little bit impulsive. Just try some shit. 5 is a very playful energy, and Jupiter can sort of kind of reflect that as well. But being in this playful, expressive space is very natural to both 3 and 5. So I say go outside, take a chance on something, change your surroundings, move your body, move your brain, learn something new, go someplace that makes you feel like a child again, maybe. If that's really what it feels like to you in doing something different. Go swing on some swings, do some cartwheels, frolic, do something outside. Now, when we get to our number 6 days, or rather our universal 6 days, those are going to be on the 4th, 13th, 22nd, and 31st. And those are likely to be impactful to everybody, 1 through 9. Why is this impactful to everybody today on those days? Because of the strong relationality that both 6 and 4 have to all of the other numbers. 6 is ruled by Jupiter, Venus, and the water element, and then 4 is ruled by that north node, Rahu, Saturn, Mercury, Uranus, and the element of fire. Now, 6 and 4 sit in a reflection with each other. Reflections are 2 numbers that sit on opposite sides of the same vibration. So whereas 4 highlights the spiritual, a rebellion, an active, independence, confidence. 6 highlights the physical, order. It's passive, more intimate, and modest. So there's an opposition of some sort, but they do share themes around desire, vision, creativity, patience, attraction, delusion, uncertainty. All of those are themes that they can agree on per se. So with that being the case, we have the energy of the day being very desire focused and creative, but also delusional, with 6's themes around pleasure, enjoyment, and romance, and 4's themes around progression, innovation, and spiritually guided action. Explore, figure out what you desire both physically and spiritually. Take some action on those delusional goals, as well as doing something that you enjoy and indulging in your pleasure. Not only just pursuing, but also taking a moment to be like, wow, no, this feels good, or oh, I don't really like how this feels, let's do something different. And this can show up in many a space. I encourage you to explore those spaces. Now, when we get to our universal 7 days, those are going to be happening on the 5th, 14th, and 23rd. Those are going to be impactful for those who have 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9 in their chart. 7 is ruled by Mercury, Neptune's the south node, Ketu, and the element of water. And then 5 is ruled by Jupiter, Mercury, and the element of earth. Now, they do share that Mercury rulership, so this can create a very mentally stimulated day. So introspection, thoughts, beliefs, sort of kind of asking the questions that we might be a little bit hesitant to ask. 7 highlights themes around mystery, delusion, as well as the past. And 5 brings again those wit, intellectual, and stimulation themes. So what do you do with this? We can learn or teach something. We can explore our thoughts and challenge them. Seek understanding around, why do I think this way, or why do I believe this thing? And also being mindful of rumination. As much as Mercury and these 7 and 5 can love to think through something, we can also sit there and be like thinking too much. We're overthinking. We're diving a little bit too deep Be mindful of, okay, what can you leave in the past? What can you learn from the past? But what can we also just stop thinking about altogether? Because sometimes the brain be braining a little bit too much. And we just need to distract it a little bit. Think something else. Go do something else. Okay, so as much as your brain is moving, I also encourage you, if the brain is getting too active, move the body to combat it. It can help it a little bit. Now, when we get into our universal 8 days, we're going to be on our number 6 days of the 6th, the 5th, the 14th, the 6th, the 15th, and the 24th. Those are going to be impactful for those who have 2, 4, 6, 8. And I would also throw in 1 into that bucket of impactful 4, because I throw 1 in there because one sits in polarity with both of those numbers. And that might not be the funnest for the number 1, but it does highlight an impact, is the point that I'm trying to make. 6 and 8 do share a status. What is status? Status is just a fancy way of bringing up the classification of a number. So like even and odd numbers, mature and immature numbers. So 6 and 8 are both even numbers. So they share that same status. So with their shared status, we get a theme or energies of the day being around patience, the material, and balance. And this is shown with both 6 and 8's relationship and connection to the physical world. 8's themes are around time, determination, as well as control. And then 6 themes are around pleasure, enjoyment, and romance. So we can look to this day and take care of our physical, not only our space, not only our body, but anything else that is physical. Things that we can touch, things that we can hold, things that we can feel tangibly. Take care of those things. So you might want to clean your space if that's what it's giving. You might want to be reorganizing your space if that's what it's giving. Also, spending time doing the things you might have been putting off, but reward yourself in whatever that is. Because 6 does likes to feel good. 8 does like to get some shit done. We're sort of kind of hitting them both, okay? We're going to try and hit them both. So also finding that balance between work and pleasure. Trying not to overwork yourself on these days, but also trying not to be too overindulgent of what feels good and what's comfortable. Because at the end of the day, we do got stuff to do, okay? Okay. Now, when we get to our universal 9 days, they're going to be on the 7th, the 16th, and the 25th, and these are likely to be impactful for those who have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9 in their numbers. I would also sneak 8 in there because it does it's a numerological pattern. But moving forward, 9 is ruled by Mars, Neptune, and the element of fire, and then 7 is ruled by Mercury, Neptune, the south node, Ketu, and the element of water. Now, 9 and 7 do not only share that same status, they're both odd numbers, but they also do share a Neptune rulership. So the energy around those days are going to be very transitional because of that 9, but also very spiritual, but also connecting to dissociation and enlightenment. This brings up 9's themes around ending, strength, and clarity, as well as 7's themes around mystery, delusion, as well as the past. So we can release and let go of what no longer serves us on these days because of that dissociation and enlightenment side. Just, be mindful of, okay, yeah, I don't actually need this that much. And again, on that same enlightenment and spirituality tip, connecting to your spirituality, give it your focus, be intentional. Don't just say, oh yeah, no, I'm spiritual, No, actually give it a little bit more, whether that's in journaling, whether that's in a deep conversation, whether that's in you talking to nature, talking to trees, talking to what you believe in, praying, whatever it is. Be a little bit more intentional and just connect with that side, as well as taking action based on what you know and not what you're avoiding. Don't let your fears dictate what you want to pursue and how you're going to pursue it. Sort of kind of look at a different side of it, of being like, okay, yeah, no, I think this is going to go this way. Actually, it could go this way. And this way might be better than this way. And focusing more on that positive side. Now, when we get into our universal 1 days, those are going to be happening on the 8th, 17th, and 26th. So this is going to be impactful for those who have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8 in their numbers. 1 is ruled by the sun and the fire element, and then 8 is ruled by Saturn, Pluto, and the element of earth. Now 1 and 8 do sit in polarity, but they do share themes around power and intensity and dominance, which ties into the energy of those days, with 1's connection to initiation, passions, and starts, and 8's connection to time, determination, and control. Working towards your goals, it might feel even natural on these days. But I would also say rest, especially if your energy feels low on these days. Move your body and take action when you're feeling stuck is another way to combat this intensity. But overall, that push of 1 and 8 is like no other, okay? So if it's given work on those goals, baby, you better take care of them goals, okay? And finally, with our 2 days, our universal 2 days are going to be happening on the 9th, 18th, and 27th. And it's likely to be impactful for those who have 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9 in their numbers. So this can look like, let me slow down. 2 is ruled by the moon and the water element, and 9 is ruled by Mars, Neptune, and fire. And they do actually sit in polarity with each other. This is highlighted by their stereotypes, honestly, because of 2's calm and gentle nature, and 9 is destructive and aggressive. Those are not inherently solely the focus of those numbers. Yes, they are there, but that's not it. But we can also look more into their polarity in the fact that 2 is a water-ruled number and 9 is a fire-ruled number. So that water is very soothing and sensual and adaptable, whereas that fire is more spontaneous and passionate. So that can highlight a clash that extinguishes each other. So it can make you feel a little bit more exhausted, not only just generally energetically, but also emotionally. So the energy of the day brings a lot of things around emotions, passions, and creativity, with 2's connection to feelings, community, and balance, and 9's connection to ending, strength, and clarity. We're acknowledging our feelings and what's coming to an end, acknowledging what we need and what we want, and how powerful or how important those things are. What are the priorities there? Understanding our emotions without judgment of how they show up or how they actually truly feel, not putting shame around it, just more so awareness of it. And also lastly, trusting whatever you're feeling. If you need rest, try to honor that. If you need to take action, try to honor that. If you need to be somewhere in between, try to honor that. Trusting how you feel. Now, that is all I have to say about January 2026. I hope this month treats you well. Welcome to 2026. Welcome to January. Thank you for listening. Make sure you share this episode with anybody you think that might want to know about January 2026 and what it will look like. Follow me everywhere you already know, on TikTok and Instagram at No Numerology, and follow the Instagram page for this podcast. And I will most definitely catch you in the next one. Peace.